Hi, welcome to season 6 of Tasty Tuesday on Christie's A+ Cooking. Today, A is for artisan bread. Today, we're going to be making Cheesecake Factory Copycat brown bread. And I usually do quick and easy recipes, but this is a little bit more complicated and long. I just want to share that I love King Arthur flour. It's based in Vermont, and I fell in love with it when we lived in Vermont. I measured out up to, it says, the recipe says up to 2 1/4 cup of bread flour and 1 3/4 cups of whole wheat flour. And so I've measured that out, and then I have my warm water. I heated it up in the microwave. It's 1 1/4 cups of water. I heated it up in the microwave for 1 minute, and I have 2 tablespoons of molasses, and 1/4 cup of honey, and a tablespoon of brown sugar. And I'm just going to stir that together. And then you need 1 package of active dry yeast, or I just happen to have, I like to buy my yeast in bulk, and King Arthur flour had a yeast spoon. It's 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. And I'm just going to sprinkle that on top of the warm water and let it sit for a few minutes, and it's going to foam up. And while we're going to do that, I have taken 2 cups of the bread flour and 1 cup of whole wheat flour, and I'm going to put it in my stand mixer, and 1 1/2 tablespoons of dry cocoa, the unsweetened, 1.5 teaspoons of salt. And I'm just going to kind of mix that around so that it's kind of combined. I let the yeast sit for about 4 minutes. And so now I'm going to add the butter to the flour, and then I'm going to pour in the yeast mixture. And then I'm going to stir that and continue to add the bread flour and whole wheat flour a little at a time to form a nice dough that's not too sticky but not too dry. So it's going to starting to form a nice dough, nice brown dough. And I'm just going to add some of the bread flour. So there was 3/4 cup of whole wheat flour left over and 1/4 cup of regular. It's almost time for me to put my dough hook in. I'm just going to kind of stir it in with my hands to fill it. It is still a little bit tacky, so I'm going to put another tablespoon of the white bread flour and a heaping tablespoon of the couple of those of the whole wheat flour. Now I have my dough hook in, I'm going to stir that in and check it again. And then I'm going to knead it for 6 to 8 minutes. I kneaded the dough for 6 minutes, and I'm taking a large bowl and spraying it with non-stick cooking spray. And I'm going to add my dough. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. And then I'm going to make sure there's oil on it. And then I'm just going to place a cloth over it and put it in a warm place to rise for at least an hour till it's double in size. Took over an hour to double in size, and now I'm going to punch it down, and I'm going to lightly flour my Pampered Chef tray or mat. And then I'm going to just take my bread dough and cut it into 4 equal pieces. And then I'm going to shape it into 7-inch loaves. And that's what's neat about this Pampered Chef mat. It has a ruler on the edge. And I'm going to take my cookie sheet that's lined with parchment paper, and then I'm going to sprinkle cornmeal for the bottoms of the loaves of bread. That's what they do at the Cheesecake Factory. And you need to shape it into a 7-inch loaf. And then you're going to brush it with water. And top it with some oats. The water helps the oatmeal stick while it's rising. And then we're going to let it rise for at least a half an hour, double in size again. And then we'll bake it on 350 for 30 minutes. Here is today's recipe. After I formed the loaves, I let it rise until it doubled in size, and to expedite it, I actually heated my oven to 200 degrees and put it in there, and it only took 15 minutes to double in size. Then I baked it for 30 minutes, rotating it at 15, and it turned out beautiful. If you're enjoying my videos, be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and tell all your family and friends about it. Thanks for watching Tasty Tuesday, and I'll see you next week.